Dearest sons and daughters of the divine, it is I, one you know, as Yeshua. My beloved, I come to you now with a heartfelt message of truth and clarity. Understand that the awakening of humanity's collective spirit is not only inevitable, it is happening now, regardless of how you may perceive world events. Even as you look upon the discord and strife that seem contrary to the pure reality of love, know that all is ultimately unfolding in alignment with the Father's divine plan. My dear brothers and sisters, understand that true religion was meant to guide you back into oneness with your source, calling you home to the Father's house, where you might freely receive all that the Father longs to give. In that state of grace, your soul faculties rise again in alignment with divine consciousness, banishing fear and struggle. Where grace prevails, there is no anxiety over survival or supply, for the Father naturally bestows every good thing upon you, fulfilling the promise that all is added unto you. Prayer, in its highest form, is not petition, but a humble retreat into silence, into His presence, wherein instant harmony may be realized. It is the same realization shared by those who attained oneness with the Creator long before you. There is only one power, ever present, omniscient, and omnipotent, yet your world abides in duality because you have not learned to live by grace. Once again, I use the wordology of Father when describing the infinite God. I do this not because Creator is male or female, it is both. I use this word again as I know that many in your religions will hear this message, and so I must try and find common terms to reach as many as I can. Please understand this. So, look around you and see the irony. The human population has never been larger, and countless millions actively adhere to one of the major religions, with your Christianity, the largest, possessing over 30,000 variations alone. These variations are branches grown from the same root, supposedly worshiping me, Jesus the Christ, yet none agree among themselves, and each lacks the authentic God experience needed to teach true union with the Father. The fruits of their efforts speak for themselves: deeper division, more homelessness, and greater struggle across the earth. My beloved, consider how hundreds of millions of prayers are uttered every minute in hopes of ending suffering, disease, conflict, countless entreaties rising to heaven in every faith tradition. Never in your recorded history have so many prayers been sent forth, and yet your global crises only escalate. This undeniable fact should prompt you to ask, does the Father simply not care, or are these prayers made in error? Are we praying to a God that has been made of human minds and simply does not exist? Since you know of God's boundless love, it becomes clear that humanity is praying amiss. This is not to say that religions are useless. Oh no. Moreover, that we see that they have simply failed their core purpose and failed completely. There is still good loving things that come from your religions. So I and we are not suggesting that you simply abandon them overnight. But it is now time to evolve, and this must be done by those of you listening to this message. You need to become the living examples of how to live by grace, in union with God, without limitation. The trouble emerges when you allow the ego to rule unchecked, attracting its own forms of punishment, not from on high, but from your own misdirected consciousness. For precisely this reason, outdated doctrines that place blame on my crucifixion or suggest eternal retribution must be allowed to pass away, just as any scientific text becomes obsolete when new knowledge is found. Yes, all religions, rooted in old dogmas and traditions, have proven themselves unable to transform the mental patterns that now threaten the world. We see global crises, terror, and the erosion of compassionate laws. In truth, no religion that is shackled to fear-based beliefs or ritualized forms can initiate lasting peace and prosperity for humanity.